Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Well, today was a news day, wasn't it? Oh, lordy. I've got all sorts of topics to read on. You know, some days, especially on the weekends, it gets really slow on the news and kind of have to struggle a little bit to find stuff. Not today. All right, this one's going to be, you got your pick. You got Hunter Biden showing up. You have Trump being told he can't give closing remarks at his civil trial. You've got, what was the other one that was out? Crap. Anyways, there's good stuff out there. Anyway, this one's going to be on Hunter Biden. So, the committee led by James Comer was meeting today to go ahead and issue a contempt of Congress. It's House Oversight and Accountability Committee was approve a resolution to hold Hunter Biden in contempt of Congress for defying the subpoena, and Hunter Biden shows up. And the snark and the sass and all the stuff happened. Nancy Mace, who bribed Hunter Biden to be there and accused him of having no balls, because that's appropriate. Marjorie Taylor Greene started to have her 5 minutes, and Hunter Biden walked out. Didn't want to hear her. And then she got all bent out of shape and was saying, he's just scared of strong conservative women. No, he just doesn't want to hear the diarrhea that comes out of your mouth. And that was pointed out by somebody else saying, go figure. You showed dick pics of this guy the last time he was here, and you wonder why he doesn't want to hang around to hear what you have to say? Oh, God. Spicy. And then finally, when somebody asked, okay, he's here. Let's have him testify. Show of hands. Who wants him to testify? All the Democrats raised their hands. None of the Republicans did. Good times. Come on down. What was Hunter Biden's? Well, let's look at the overall energy of what happened today in that committee meeting. Entertainment purposes only. We're going to be entertained. I think he was there just not to stop the proceedings, but to disrupt the proceedings. The proceedings were going to go on anyways, and they did. They did vote, if I'm not mistaken, if I read the story right, they are going to hold him in contempt of Congress. But he keeps showing up, saying, I'll testify. I just want to do it in public. And the news media is going to cover it. So the Republicans don't get their singular narrative because Hunter Biden keeps showing up and his presence there creates drama, and then the news agencies love it and eat it all up, right? That was a sneeze break. Come on down. Okay, so we've got the proceedings moving forward with the Hierophant, with the committee in Congress. So, yeah, he knew where they were all going to be. He showed up, and it's funny. He shows them for who they are. I'm here. You want to talk to me? I'm right here. And now they're held hostage by their own rhetoric because they don't actually want him to be there. If he testifies, they want it to be behind closed doors so that they can misrepresent, or most likely so they can misrepresent what he says. And he's like, no, I'm all for it being a public hearing. Let everybody hear what I have to say. And they don't want to do that because their whole point with Hunter Biden is just to insinuate and provide innuendo that Joe Biden is guilty of something. And they won't be able to spin anything if Hunter Biden testifies in front of them. In the past, we have the King of Cups, card for Joe Biden. They're going after Biden. This is a political attack on Biden through his son Hunter. The Republicans have only been doing it since 2019, right? For 5 years, they've been going after this guy to get to Joe Biden. Current situation is the Nine of Swords. They don't have anything on Biden. And they look foolish. And then this guy shows up at your meeting, offers to testify, and you don't want him to. He's out playing them. He's taking the drama queens and he's out dramaing them. He's winning the public relations war. And a war it is. This is a game for keeps. And he keeps calling them out. I'm here. Let's talk. And then they're like, we don't want to talk. Come on, let's talk. They don't want to talk because that'll out them. So basically, this is him calling their bluff. And every time he shows up, they drop their swords and walk away. And he just sits there, laughing. And first off, most of my viewers here are going to support Democratic parties. Okay, so, preaching to the choir and all that. But I want you to take a step back for a second and put yourself in the living room of some Fox News devouring conservatives or MAGA people, especially MAGA people. When the news comes out that Hunter Biden, all arrogant and white privilege and stuff like that, shows up to this meeting, can you imagine that they are screaming for Comer and the Republicans to just, question him right there and grill him alive? Right? Because that's what they want. They want Hunter Biden there, and those Republicans that they all supported, they're going to grill him. They're going to make Hunter Biden squeal, and Joe Biden's going to be brought down, and everything's going to be wonderful. Because the folks in that red baseball cap wearing living room haven't figured out yet that the Republicans don't have anything here. They believe the lies. So can you imagine the frustration when this guy it's like wrestling. It's like TV wrestling. Anybody here watch TV wrestling? This would be like, the tag team good guys, the faces are talking, and then one of the heels walks in and just spits on their shoes and asks them what they're going to do about it. And then they don't do anything. It's like the guys are, you can imagine the folks with the red baseball caps are screaming, interview him now, go get him, tear him apart. Yeah. They don't get it. Imagine at some point though, they're going to get really frustrated with Comer as to why aren't you doing that? They'll be yelling at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Why aren't you doing that? Why didn't you raise your hand? Why didn't you go after him? They won't have an answer. That's where the nightmare comes in. They don't have an answer because they can't tell him that they don't actually want to talk to him. They can't tell him the truth. And it's going to really frustrate the MAGAs at home. Yeah, this is a huge problem for the Republicans because they're not used to somebody outplaying them at their own game, at the drama game. They're not used to that. They're not prepared for it. They are glass cannons, if you're familiar with the term. A glass cannon, it's all offense. It's a one-trick pony, and when it hits hard, but it's fragile. It can shatter upon anybody attacking it. So they're glass cannons. They're good for one thing, and they're not good for anything else, and their defenses are miserable. And he's coming up, and he's tapping their defenses. Outcome. The hanged man. They passed the resolution. They're going to try and hold him for contempt of Congress. But he keeps messing things up because he keeps showing up. So you can imagine the Department of Justice is going to say, hey, he showed up twice. He says he wants to testify. The only difference is you want him to testify in private. He wants to testify in public. Why won't you? I don't think the Department of Justice is going to enforce this because he's showing up. Jeez. They are stuck. They're stuck. They're stuck. They're stuck. And that hangman could also be, again, and the death card's the next one up here. This is Hunter Biden taking a new approach. This could be the folks at home wondering why, he's offering himself up as a sacrifice. I'm here. Roast me alive. And they won't do it. I assure you. Let's ask. Why go for my assurance? Let's ask. Now I don't know if Fox News is covering this. They should, right? Because you get some good Republican airtime there and all that. It's going to be good for ratings. But I want to know if red baseball cap wearing MAGA folks in their living rooms watch the news and see Hunter Biden show up at the committee hearing. Are they frustrated that the Republicans didn't take up the offer to question him right then and there? Are they frustrated? How are they feeling about those Republican committee members passing up another opportunity to question Hunter Biden and, putting him through the ringer. For Carter. The world. It's like, end this thing. Come on, let's go. He's there. He's there. Do it. End it. Question him. They're just looking like, what is wrong with you? Look at this opportunity. It just dropped right in your lap. Why aren't you doing something about it? Seal the deal. Yeah, because they know the Republican committee is going to be victorious. And not only that, no, Hunter Biden, this is the pay attention to me card. There it is, right in front of them. They want it. And there's Hunter Biden. He's smug. It's got to be driving him nuts because if they listen to Nancy Mace about how arrogant and white privileged and elitist Hunter Biden is, he shows up, but they don't do anything about it. They just sit there and parade around, but don't actually go after him. They're going to leave. Some of these MAGA people are going to not care about this committee because they don't understand why the committee is not doing anything. It's going to end it for some folks. Basically, they're going to get so frustrated that they're going to tune out. Pardon me for a second. Have an alarm on my phone. Yeah, they're going to get frustrated. They're just going to get frustrated. It's like, again, somebody just like, hey, hit me right here, sticking their chin up, and you're wondering why your hero won't punch them. They're losing support because they won't do anything. And I think that's kind of the secret strategy of Hunter Biden. He is going to erode the base support of MAGA folks. They're going to be disgusted with James Comer. They're going to be disgusted with all the Republicans on there for not going after Hunter Biden like they said they would. That's amazing. All right. Well, the Department of Justice issue some type of arrest warrant. Will they prosecute Hunter Biden for ignoring the subpoena for contempt of Congress? Are they gonna actually do anything about this? Let's see. What's the energy around the Department of Justice? They're going to come to an agreement on something. They'll probably talk with Hunter Biden's attorneys. Maybe they'll talk with the commission about what's going on here. Again, this could just be the House passing that subpoena or that resolution and handing it off to the DOJ. The DOJ is going to like, this is crazy. He showed up. What are we to do? You say he's not showing up, but he's showing up. There's some disappointment here in welcoming. Okay, we got that hangman card again. I think after this resolution is passed, there's going to be a discussion probably with DOJ officials, lawyers, and such about Hunter Biden turning himself in. Hangman is turning yourself in. But it's almost like, they're not going to press charges or they're not going to pursue the charges while there's still the opportunity to bring him in because he's showing a willingness to come in. Much in the same way they haven't gone after Jim Jordan yet. And it could very well be that they're looking at it, they don't have a compelling case because the guy keeps showing up. And, if they were to bring the case has to show that he's willingly not going to testify. And what complicates that is he keeps showing up. And he says he wants to testify in public and not in private. So it makes the job difficult on the DOJ. Now, the other thing is that President Biden wants his DOJ to be nonpartisan towards the Biden family. So the DOJ has actually gone after Hunter Biden more than anybody else that they've gone after in something similar. It's not fair. It's kind of delusional that Hunter Biden doesn't get the benefit of the doubt at all. You got the Four of Wands, the welcoming card. They could bring up some charges. The vibe I get, though, with this is that the DOJ wants the committee to work with Hunter Biden and his attorneys on this because they just don't feel like they have a case to pursue. This is backwards. This case is backwards. The committee that couldn't say yes to the offer of the guy coming in to testify. I think he does go in to testify. I do think that happens. And maybe they actually get him to testify in public. Maybe they get him to agree to do both. I know the Republicans want him to testify behind closed doors first. Maybe they could do it 2 days in a row. Who knows? But Hunter Biden's calling their bluff. He is absolutely calling their bluff. And he's playing them like a boss. Okay. Will the Republicans on the committee succeed in interviewing Hunter Biden behind closed doors first? Let's see. Will they be successful in... Okay, things are moving on. That naivety, the good old days, naivety. They have a decision to make. Spinning the wheel. And you got the 9 of coins. What is this card? There's going to be women on the committee like the Nancy Maces and Marjorie Taylor Greens who I think are going to drive the decision. There could be a naivety here that, hey, you know what? We can handle this guy. Let's bring him in. We can handle him. He wants to testify in public. Let's do it. It's like they're deviating from the game plan. I really do think that that the Republicans cave in and will bring Hunter Biden in to testify publicly. And they're going to try and turn it into an absolute circus. They'll make it a media circus. And again, it's going to be led by the women like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who are just going to use it to rip him apart and show nudes and do all that stuff and just try and humiliate him and not actually, ask any questions, that type of thing. They're just going to put him through the public humiliation, as it were. And again, they're deviating from the game plan, which is keep the story alive. But it could very well be that they start getting angry phone calls from MAGA people and such, screaming at Marjorie Taylor Greene, why didn't you vote to interrogate him? That's what we want. And there's going to be strong opinions on polls and stuff like that. Not that kind of poll. Where they want him to interrogate him publicly. Question him publicly. There's going to be a big pushback from the right. The red baseball cap wearing folks on the right. And the Marjorie Taylor Greenes of this world, they're all about social media clicks. So that's what social media wants. That's kind of what you have to do if you're performative like that. So it looks like they're going to do it. How will it go if they bring Hunter Biden in and have him testify publicly? There's that cherry again. It's going to happen. I'm convinced it's going to happen now. And they're going to put him through the ringer. They'll fundraise an outfit too. But there's going to be a lot of work that's done on this one. I really think they're just going to keep, again, putting him through the ring, just absolutely pounding on this guy over and over again on the same stuff. But I don't know if there's going to be much value. Yeah, there's little value here. So much potential, so little value back. All they're providing is drama. They're not providing anything of substance. And this could also be, this is my card for flipping. This could be them flipping, going from private to public, and then changing the strategy just to cause waves and go after Hunter Biden and vilify him in front of everybody. The same card that showed up, that was going to be the next one over there, the death card. So in the past is the death card. It brings an end to this game that they're playing because he keeps calling him out. So they have to answer. They have to do something with Hunter Biden because he keeps winning. He keeps beating them at their own game. So when they bring him in, they're playing for all the marbles, and Hunter Biden's he's gonna be he'll be battered and bruised, But he can take them on and handle himself quite well. This is for all the marbles, and he's up for the task. Yeah, that card looks familiar too, because that was in that last spread. Overarching, they invite him in for the public hearing. This is them inviting him in for the public hearing, and they're going to let the public decide. Hunter Biden's the fighter here. It's going to be broadcast, and they're going to get, they'll get their short-term victory because they've just been hammering him on that. But I do think it's going to undermine Nine of Cups. They're going to be happy with the social media victory that they get from this. But I do think they undermine their impeachment case. Well, first off, they never had an impeachment case to begin with. Try as they may, and underneath it all, I think they're trying to make that connection with the money, and they're not succeeding with that. So they stop trying to go after the money part, and they start going after just, here you go. They're going to start questioning him about the money and stuff like that. And he's going to be doing fine with those questions. So they have to change tactics and then start throwing, the spears at him, the slings and the javelins and the spears, going after his character. And they're going to sit there again with their social media victory. But I think Hunter Biden sits there knowing, although it feels like he lost the battle, he's won the war. He's going to get humiliated and put through the ringer. But ultimately, he's going to show that there's no there. So when when the facts aren't on your side, pounding the table? There's going to be a lot of table pounding, a lot of pearl clutching, a lot of accusations and tauntings and trolls and all sorts of stuff, but nothing of any legal consequence. And I think that this just absolutely guts. We should throw on that. Will this gut the Biden impeachment inquiry? Let's do it. Well, I think that's a good one to end. After Hunter Biden has testified in front of the January 6th committee, the James Comer and the Gomer Pyle committee, does this derail their investigation? Or what does it do to the Joe Biden investigation? Impeachment inquiry. What does it do to the Joe Biden impeachment inquiry? Does it support it? Does it kill it? What does it do to it? Oh, they're talking about the Biden crime family, money, family, legacy. They're trapped though. They said they were going to go for one thing, and they don't have what they say they need to have. They don't come up with anything about the money. We have the celebration, the getting away with it, and the death card. Yeah. It brings an end to the inquiry showing that Hunter Biden showered Joe Biden with money. It's a victory for the Biden family. The Republicans dare not do any more with this because they've got nothing to go with. In some ways, the Bidens just got away with one. And I don't mean got away with one that they were stealing money, but they outplayed him at their own game and forced the House to change their tactics. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do anything with Biden. I mean, they might try and pass it anyways, but there's nothing there. They would be impeaching him for the sake of impeaching him. There's no there. This is dead. This is you trying to basically get away with something, but you're stuck with your own arguments. The celebration, I believe, is the Bidens and the Democrats. Like, okay, no, this is behind us. You can't do it anymore. All right. Now, I'm going to end this. And the cats come over to say hello. Thank you for watching my channel, watching this video, and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm. And for folks just discovering this channel, I hope you found this reading insightful. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.